so much for the Reverend, the family, for their support. To be honest with you, it's good to celebrate people while they are alive. Pastor being very, very, very supportive to me, especially when I went to Liberia and got stranded there due to COVID. I got stranded and reached to the point that I couldn't even use my debit card to buy the ticket to come back. And I got stranded and I asked a lot of friends. Pastor was the last person I approached, and he was able to rescue me. But prior to that, little thing was still dropping, at least. So, Pastor and Mom, I want to say thank you. Your blessing is highly appreciated. Pastor was talking about giving. I remember once upon a time I was called to the police station to go and help somebody while I was there recently. I have $5 with me in my pocket. And when I reached to the total gas station right after church, we are house, because I live around there, and the police station is somewhere not too far from the NW Junction. I brought up with this fellow, Ejibo guy. He called me Chief. In a very low voice, I'm too hungry. Please help me, I'm too hungry. I have $5 with me. I'm going to the police station. Maybe I'm going to meet with anything that I have to help somebody also. And so I said, well, I didn't give an excuse. I don't know, God just came to my mind to give the man the whole $5 instead of me changing it. I took the $5 and gave it to him. Then I walked. If I want to change the $5, I have to get on my bike and go to the police station. But then I walked, I went there. After what I went to do there, I was walking back to the house, and a friend was driving and saw me. He stopped the car and said, "Mama, when you came?" I said, "Oh, man, I've been here a long time." And I said, "Mama, you gotta look for me, man." Give me the ministry name and thing. And then took $50 US and give it to me. And so giving is something that it should be part of us. And before I start today, actually I want to just tell you the type of work or the job we've been doing in Liberia, including even the ULOC that Pastor talked about, Fidel, we talk about it later on. We work on a project that benefited Liberia. We took things from here and sent it to Liberia as well. I want to just reflect your mind on this poem that I wrote. It's been published already, just to keep the ball rolling. This is, the title of it is Progress Through Progress. And I want you to put yourself in the shoes of this poem as well. When I think of one kind act that I did today or someone did to me today, however small it is, I know I am moving forward. The power to change my life lies in my own mind. I choose to let go of self-defeating attitudes and replace them with positive thoughts. Every moment, I am becoming more loving, more considerate, more generous, and more filled with positive thoughts. I commit myself to the practice of quieting my mind and reflecting in complete silence, bringing myself closer to my soul and my highest potential. There is nothing I cannot do if I put my mind to it. The future awaits my dream prints and the foundation for success that I now create with my positive thoughts, even taking into consideration the very new environment that I find myself in today. Sometimes, because of individuals' attitudes towards me in this new horizon, certain things try to hold me back. I then stumble, stop, and rethink. I no longer filter everything through anger, no matter how challenging it may be, but let all resentments go and move into a brighter state of mind. Every forward step I have made in my life gives me confidence in myself. I take the time to appreciate just how far I have come, despite all of the negative thoughts about me in my new horizon. I expand my perspective and my capacity for understanding every day, always taking time to see good things in everyone. But do they do the same? I choose to envision only peace, harmony, and kindness. I take time to acknowledge the still, quiet place within me and draw strength, compassion, and wisdom from it. I've abandoned enthusiasm for life in this part of the world that I am in today. There is no obstacle I cannot overcome with my inner resource. And I take the time to pause and reflect on the outstanding result I have achieved with my positive thoughts and inner wisdom. I measure my progress, how calm and peaceful I remain when someone keeps me waiting. I'm waiting to hear about my final decision concerning my status in life. Or when someone keeps me waiting to be served. Or when someone dashes my change, my cash, into my palm as if my hands were too dirty to be touched. And when someone let me down, yes, I still try to measure my progress by how calm and peaceful I remain. When someone looks in my face and tells me, go home, and where you come. When someone betrays my interest and stab me in the back. When someone walks away from my life for no apparent reason, or when I make a clumsy mistake. When any of these things occurs, I recall how I reacted to the same situation a day ago, a week ago, a month ago, a year ago, and I congratulate myself on my progress, my true progress. Thank you. We've been working in Liberia, opportunity in Liberia. I live in Wales, Swansea. My full name is Maxson, Kpakio. But I went into humanitarian work. In fact, the moment I was sent by the Home Office in Swansea, I don't know how many hours, I gave so many hours free volunteering before even being able to get the papers and then start working or so. In fact, it was through that volunteer services I did across. I was not volunteering for one organization for I'll give it 2 hours or 3 hours or and just trying to fit in the society. And I remember once upon a time I told my brother there, Fidel, Johnny, and I invited them. I said, "Oh, the city council of Swansea have started to recognize me and certificate me for my my activities in the city." And they came down with me and they celebrated with me, which I appreciated. And since then, I decided to just be looking back, because from where I come from, I know I was just 2 years old when I was from polio, and my mother never went to school, my father never went to school, and there were a lot of words being put even in my mother. She was so interested in me going to school, but then they used to tell her that you don't need to waste your time because he's not going to be anybody because of his disability, because he's crippled. Those words my mom told me later. I just wrote my book. It will be published on the 27th. It will be out on the 27th. It will be published already, and hopefully it will be out soon. I'll give you some information just in case on my personal stories today, and then I put some points that I put in there as well for reflection and to help you as well. But I will be doing volunteering in Liberia for a couple of years. In fact, we started before the Ebola outbreak. We were there doing awareness raising on the prevention of HIV and AIDS. And I told some people who never been to Africa before, white people, let me put it that way. We went and worked in villages with young people where we would do a drama together just to send a message through the drama, not for them to reckless so that they cannot catch HIV or AIDS. So we did that for a couple of months, sponsored by the West government, which I appreciate. The project came to an end before the Ebola. I went to my city fact, sometimes when I used to go to work, when I woke up, I see television, I would just sit down and watching Sky News and looking at the images and things, and I would take an excuse or so. But then after a while, I started asking myself, what can I do as an individual to help the fight back home? So I went around my city and started begging for things. And I go over the island, we were able to collect nearly 1 tons of assorted items. And I'm not quite sure whether those were the items you went to Swansea to pick up. It was the other ones, right?
No, yeah,
it was a close. So I called the vice president. I begged for 2 bags of rice. But the people gave me 500 bags of rice. I ain't going to send it back home. I mean, I just set the example. Because the things were plenty. 1.5 tons. People were just calling me, I got this, oil, rice, everything. Then somebody gave a warehouse, we packed it. Talked to the former vice president, Joseph Walker, and he said, okay, I got a friend in England. He normally sends me things. He's supposed to be sending a few containers or so. We talked to him, then talked to the man. They drove all the way to Wales. From here to Swansea, 6 hours. So if I come here to come visit you, don't take it for a joke. Yeah, I spend plenty of time on the road. I can spend more money for plenty of hours. So those things went, they were distributed. From there, the feedback I got, I said, well, this is it now, we're just going to continue. So I remember since Evelyn was in power as ULOC president, with Fidel as acting secretary, we also worked together in collaboration. I collected a lot of clothes in Swansea. ULOC will also collect some materials, and Fidel and I went to Liberia actually we went to orphanages and some other organizations, including clinics, and we distributed those things as well. So some of the work we've been doing, I actually have them on to just show you some of them. But actually I would appreciate, because of photo images I'm going to be using to show, if you're recording also, you don't have to focus on the images. Even though our people who are there, they don't know about data protection, but we can protect them and teach them as well. So I'm going to go through some of the work we've been doing, just to let you know, to also encourage you, so that you can be a part of it. And everything is all about advocacy. And we, without no particular order, we're just going to be flipping through from one image to another. This is a 3-year-old girl. She was raped. And the mother, they reached out to me. In fact, even as I am here now, my WhatsApp number always off. Messenger, people always come here asking me to intervene and help them to fight justice, because that's what I was doing. And as Cobra Hardy, although she died, I was able to press on the judge administrator and the justice administrator. The person that did it was arrested, and right now waiting court trial as well. This is the latest we're campaigning on. His name is Duna. He's from Grandchiller County. My advocacy, I'm not choosing. I go, once I'm approached or I come across the story, I develop interest in it, and I start to press the government by certain ministers. This fellow working, I won't say was working, because I still have to believe that he's alive. Even Grandchiller County were assigned there from the National Elections Commission. The fellow went there to work, got sick, because although he's from there, but he was assigned there as well. He conducted the previous by-election. But our understanding is that one of the parties wasn't happy. He has gone back again to continue his NEC work, got sick. The wife took him somewhere accordingly for treatment. This is the 4th month we are in now, he lost. Nobody knows what the man is. I've been on the back. We are still campaigning for this man to be found. Up to now, we haven't got any clue where he is. That's do not. This is one of the campaigns. I myself was on a bike. I was going to a school to go and give a talk. I saw this biker with 6 children on it. And I told the guy where I was going, I told the bike that was carrying me, I said, you know what, let's follow that bike. I want to go to that school. He went and put his children down. First of all, I talked to him, we were about to move. I said, my man, the thing what you did, the danger you put in you put on the children, I don't want you to repeat it again. And because I saw you, maybe many of you are doing it, I'm going to talk to the principal, and I'm going to the police station to go report this case. That they have to come out to enforce a law that you can't take plenty like this on the back. Then when you make any mistake, all of them, they're gone. So I got about it. I went to 105 and talked to him, and I told him about it. And then from there, I went to the justice minister. I took the photograph before. I showed you the picture. I said, our children are in danger. They can't help. The authority was able to speak about it, and then they put an announcement that children, no maximum of 3 you should take, and you should never put children again on the tanker in front of you. So they stopped that. They not put it into law, but at least they sent an announcement, and I thought that we also having that as well. Okay, these are young people. We identify with July 26th. It's my birthday, but since 2012, I decided not to celebrate my birthday to buy alcohol, liquor, and drink also. Since 2012, I started collecting small money, buy someone food, and carry to someone at orphanage home and donate it. Since 2012. So this year, July 26th, I went on Facebook, I begged my friends, and a lot of them were able to contribute. So we bought food. These guys, actually, they are in my district, and they are always young people together, and we went and distributed the food. Blessing, 13. Blessing was raped. Blessing was taken to hospital. Blessing died. And they called me. We went to Zoom 8. I went and started pressing on the case. I know one of the big men are there, have interest in the case. So, and there were cases have been compromised. Money and interest. So, however, we were able actually, by our push through the gender ministry and especially the gender ministry and I dealing with the 2 ministers, but I don't go to the down people. The Minister of Gender and the Minister of Justice. They're getting tired of me now. I can't get tired of them. Because the moment they hit me, I send it back to them. I say, you're going to look at the thing. So the person, the doer of the act, was also apprehended and waiting for trial as well. Blessing, that was her funeral there, was taken for burial. And when I went, in Liberia, normally when people calling for protest, they want to see plenty of people. But I told them, I said, even one person with a poster, you can protest. So we still pushing for the war crimes code to be established. So I told my team, my boys, that look, every Tuesday and Thursday, by the time the legislature can go to work. We'll be going there every morning from 8 o'clock until all of them go inside. When they go inside, we finish. Thursday again, we do the same. So we spend about 7 weeks standing over there every morning, showing them the posters, what we want, what grants we want, this and that. We just want them as they drive in to see it. Members of the diplomatic who passing, they can also see the thing. So it was one of those days that we took the picture that I have the one on the far left there with a heart. Yes, well, I didn't know these were coming. The first of the, maybe one I will tell you about, that's when I was recognized by City and County of Swansea for my volunteering. And in Liberia, where I was there recently, I received these certificates for my advocacy. The one down, that one was way in Pommy County. That time I broke my leg and I was recovering. Then the young people there called me that they want to honor me because of the way I'm speaking against drug use, and I'm pressing the lawmaker to make drug laws, non-billable. That will catch you bringing drugs in our country, you should go to jail and be punished. So the young people called me and gave me a certificate as well of recognition. This is the campaign I'm on now. This is the University of Liberia. Like Africa First Republic. Look at how the disabled people go to class. There's no access. When I sat down with the Minister of Education, and I told him, I said, I showed him some of the photos. What do you see here? So right now I am on their back, I'm pushing it. I went to the Senate. I'm behind a few senators as well to actually go back and look at the people, what they have, especially in the education, what they have for disabled people. And then they can begin to do something because, a lot of schools, they have no accessibility. So there are even disabled people who finish, young people who finish high school, they want to go to university. But because of accessibility, they will tell their friend, well, how will manage? I don't get anybody to help me. This girl, that one person the camera up and down every time. Imagine, you climb these stairs, you go to another stairs, you go climb. You're in wheelchair. Our people not even seeing it. So these are some of the work we continue to do. Food distribution as well. We continue to identify with the needed in Liberia as well, Joe, as well. Recently, I thought this was going to be the last. Some young people came together and put themselves together in my name to say they want to be my friends. Hopefully, we are hoping to come back in Swansea, hopefully somewhere around October. We're going to have a community engagement here where I'll be inviting all of you, and I will expand more on that as well. But yeah, we can escape that too. Joe, we can escape it. Okay, this is the project I was talking about. Fidel, myself, were on the ground and we went to distribute food to orphanages and things. We took the food from here, which Europe joined in, and we did a really, really good job. We went as far as Bombay Highway and a few other orphanages and clinics as well. But this is a project, actually, for me, I'm still carrying on. Every July, every December, I just go around the city and beg for things. Sometimes they give me a lot of things, from newborn baby clothes, I take anything. And when you won't believe it, I go to clinics and I distribute it to newborn baby mothers. The joy I can see in the people's faces. That was keeping me to be today. And I hope we all can continue to do it. All right, this is the certification I received before I came. The production of me for African Chef for my work, especially in the district and around Liberia in terms of advocacy, because a lot of people call on me to go and advocate for them, to talk for them as well. So let's go in once more. Okay, this is the first book. I decided to write textbook for Liberia, elementary level. This is the first textbook I wrote. The lady in there, the lady there with me, she's an English based in Swansea. She helped me. She did all the drawing work in the book, as you can see from the back there. Very good lady. She did it for me free. I'll tell you a little bit story about the book, the textbook. This is the program. When the young people invited me for this program, what I did, I'm a disabled person. I invited the blind organization, I invited the deaf and the dumb, or the hearing impairment, and I invited the physically challenged. And all of them came, as you can see from the photograph. A lot of them were there as well. Part of the program, another program myself went to this event as well to engage the young people. This is when we were packing the food. I wrote, there's charity in Wales. They get a lot of food. I don't know where they get that food from, but they gave a lot of food out. I drove there, not small distance, if you know myself, went there, I think, very, very far. But these people, each time I write them, I want to send it to Liberia. You tell me, say, come, any amount you want. I see people are talking about for Ebola, they too, they give all plenty of rice and so. Yeah, they disable organization at the University of Liberia. Okay, Joe. This one is press engagement. Let's go in from small. Okay. I never knew that this would come from my sister. I was lying down, my leg is broken. And I've lied down for 2 months before the country doctor came and said, you got to start working small. But before then, I was hearing this woman radio, news on the radio that the police beat her because she didn't wear the mask. And that was going on there. They were beating people massively. You don't wear masks. And somebody beating you, they're not even wearing masks. So this story was really, dealing with me. Until when I started working small, I took, and over my country dad will be watching live now and say, oh, so that's what you did. I didn't tell you. I jumped on the keke, I bought 2 bags of rice and bought small thing to go and look for the woman here. I want to know about the story. We managed to go and find out, donated the item. When I spoke, after I finished, they said, oh, I know you. Then she started calling family members. I know, I was a small boy and there was big sister there in Florida. So she explained to me that I gave me the name of an immigration officer. I was not even police, an immigration officer. I said, okay, thank you. I said, I used to go to the hospital, you spend your money there. I said, from today, by the time I get home, the immigration bossman himself, he didn't want to go for you. And by the time I went home, I said in text, I said, Chief, I will stay there. I come here. Immediately I went there, I met him, I did show you the photograph. And from there, I told him, I said, this is what happened. I want you to please, I don't want to go on the radio and start talking about it. If you don't want me here on the radio, the woman right now, she need attention. He himself drove the car, went there, identified the woman, gave her $200 US and took her medical bill, went back, suspended the fellow for 2 months. So these are some of the advocacy for me. I have decided to go into a lot of injustices going on. People are not getting any help. In fact, I'm just going on the 27th to launch a new organization called Restoring Hope Foundation. What I want to do, be raising funds, putting it in there, even for just transportation, for somebody to go to the police station to report the case. They don't have it. So even if your child is raped, abused violently, and you don't have the first transportation to go to the police station, you sit down. And me, if I hear this case now, we want to be coming in. We pay our way, we go where you go report the case. So that at least something can be done, you can get justice. So we'll be launching the organization very, very soon as well. So I just want to say, a big thank you to, Pastor, the family, and everybody. Thanks. Recently, my brother was really well going home. We bought some items. He took them. He himself bought some items. He bought some, good items that we'll be using in the community to do blood testing as well, which is needed. And he took them and went and gave it to the young people there. And some of them will still start using them. I just want to encourage all of us, whatever little you can do to at least help to change your life, do it. Even if that one person, it will make a difference in the community. So I just want to encourage all of us, even though we're here, but we shouldn't forget about back home. Yeah, that one for me, the last time I was talking here, I keep encouraging people. If you get, saving account here, please send it back. Open that saving account in Liberia. You know the reason? When you open your saving account here, the people that are doing business here, that they don't want to enjoy your money. Because they go and borrow that money and big business out there. Now, if you get saving account in Liberia, my partner coming from all the way Ganta, please borrow me $20,000. That $20,000 coming from your account, but you're promoting my partner and lifting my partner up. So you see the difference. So even that, they will stay held. Thank you very much for your attention.
Giving back to our community. Thank you so much, Honorable Maxson, Kpakio, for this presentation and this testimony. And if you can take anything from here, the key is giving back to our community, and it's very important. We are here. If you are in Sheffield, you can reach Maxson, you want to do something that we have been doing at the church, talk to me. One pair of shoes, the other spare one. It doesn't have to follow cartoon. Just make sure it's nice, and how you look at it. Even the second hand, you wash it nice and put it in the plastic. We'll put it together and we'll make sure we send it. At the moment, we got 2 big boxes of used clothes, Maxson. It's just a transport issue. If you can transport it, we say those boxes, the foundation we have, we donate that to you. They're already sealed, and we're just ready to go to Liberia. We sent something to Liberia, but then so we're going to start with that. It just makes, we don't know, children, no women, men. You may have to open it and pack it, but we like to start with that, and we are very happy you can take it and go and do something with that. And what we'll be doing next time, you have some, we'll put it together.